Venezuelan security forces detain journalists as armed police patrol streets. At least 14 members of the press were detained in Venezuela on Monday as they were covering the aftermath of the seizure of Venezuelan leader Nicolás Maduro by U.S. forces. The union representing media workers in Venezuela said all but one of those detained were employed by foreign news organizations and were released later on Monday, with one reporter deported. Foreign news media have long faced restrictions in Venezuela, with very few being granted visas to work in the country. Their detention came as Delcy Rodriguez was sworn in as the interim president, and shortly after she said that she was willing to cooperate with the Trump administration, which has said it would run Venezuela. The union said the media workers were detained by Venezuelan security forces at the National Assembly and its environs, and in the neighborhood of Altamira, all in the capital, Caracas. At least 2 of them were seized by agents working for Venezuela's military counterintelligence agency, while others were detained by Venezuela's intelligence service. They said they had their equipment searched, their phones checked, and their social media posts and messages read, the union statement added. A Colombian and a Spanish reporter were also detained at Venezuela's border with Colombia near Cúcuta. The 2 reporters were held for hours incommunicado before being released back into Colombia, the statement said. The union called the incidents alarming and called for the release of 23 media workers who remain in detention in the country. The repression has not been confined to media workers. One community leader in the neighborhood of Petare in Caracas told BBC Mundo that there were hooded men with guns patrolling, checking people's WhatsApp statuses. Caracas resident Jose, 60, said that people were not able to talk freely about what was happening, with a heavy police and military presence on the streets, as well as pro-Maduro armed groups known as colectivos wearing masks. A 33-year-old masseuse, who did not want to be named, said there was so much fear in the streets and in our homes. Members of the government appeared keen to show that the security forces were visible in communities, with the Interior Minister, Diosdado Cabello, posting a photo of himself on Monday night posing with armed police. Their presence has struck fear in people critical of the government. One woman described how there are military people on every corner and groups of armed civilians supporting the government who are causing fear among the population.